are Timm, the Challenger Challenge. The Challenger Challenge, Bart, Timm.
30 years ago, January 28, 1986, NASA launched what could be argued was the most complicated device ever conceived of by man, the Spaceship Shuttle Challenger. 73 seconds into flight, it blew up, inexplicably, unexplainably, unexpectedly. Why? Why? Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and guests, tonight I want to talk to you about the importance of communication, how critical it is, because someday you will face your Challenger challenge. Maybe it won't be life and death, but communication is a part of it every single day. That's what Toastmasters is about. That's what we're all about, communication. And the reality is that you're going to face that at some point. Communication is a two-way street. The reality is the Challenger did not blow up because of a hardware failure. It did not blow up because of a software failure. It blew up because of a communications error. Morton Thiokol knew it was going to blow up in their heart. They knew that it was in trouble. They said to NASA, "Don't launch, don't launch." NASA said, "Why not? It's too cold." Well, how cold is too cold? We launched when it was 53 degrees. It's 33 degrees. We think it's too cold. Can you tell us exactly what temperature? No. Well, then we'll launch. And they launched. And 7 people died. And the spaceship was programmed, was pushed back 3 years. Why? It was a failure of communication. Morton Thiokol failed to give the information to NASA in a way that NASA could understand it. NASA failed to listen to Morton Thiokol in a way that they understood what the issue was. And as a result, disaster, absolute disaster. Research shows that communication comes in a number of different forms. We give out information, we take in information. We take in information by listening. Approximately 45% of the time we take in information by listening, 16% by reading. We give out information speaking about 30% of the time, writing about 9% of the time, 61% to 39%, almost 2 to 1. Some people say we take in information twice as much as we speak. God gave us 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we could listen twice as much as we would speak, but we don't practice listening very much. We're not very good at it. So I want to tell you how to listen better. And you heard, don't try this at home, try this at home tonight. Right? How do the deaf listen? How do people that are seriously impaired listen to each other? I've had the opportunity to work with them. They are intent. They work in a space this big. They focus on your face, on your facial expressions, on your hand. They don't do what we do. They aren't looking at their phones, their iPads, their computer. They aren't waving at their friends. They are focused on the person in front of them communicating at them. Try this at home. When your spouse, your significant other, your children say to you, "Can I talk to you?" Turn off the TV, put down the iPad, put down the iPhone, look at them and say, "What?" And then they go, "Oh my God, what did they do to you at Toastmasters?" "Where's my husband?" You say, no, I really want to listen. And they will say, "Wow." And they will talk to you and you will listen and you will both be honored and the spiral will go up. You will be so much more enriched because of that. That's taking in, giving out information. Toastmasters is all about speaking effectively. 25 years ago, a professor by the name of Moravian did some research and found out that communication basically is broken into 3 different groups: vocal, verbal, and visual. About 7% of it is verbal, the words that we use. And at Toastmasters, we have a word of the week, but it's only 7%. 38% is vocal, the way we use those words. 55% is visual. So let me give you an example. Let's assume you get an email and it said, "I did not say he beat the dog." What does that mean? Well, I did not say he beat the dog. Fred said it. All right? I did not say he beat the dog. This is an affirmed denial of it. I didn't say he beat the dog. I mean, hinted at it and implied it. I didn't actually say that he beat the dog. I didn't say he beat the dog. It was his brother that beat the dog. I didn't say he beat the dog. He threw a bone at it and he missed. He didn't actually beat the dog. I didn't say he beat the dog. He loves his dog. He beat the cat. He hates his cat. That sentence has totally different meanings depending on the vocal variety, and we work on that. The way that you use those words denotes the meaning, not just the words themselves. And finally, the visual. You're familiar with emojis. They're these little faces trying to mimic our face. Research shows that we have about 10,000 expressions. Our face is incredibly mutable, and we are so incredibly emotive. We show so much with our faces. It's incredible. You say things, but your face says something different, and people wonder why there's a credibility gap. Practice in front of a mirror when you speak. You'd be surprised at how much you communicate that way. The reality is we can communicate better, we can listen better, we can speak better. That's what our life is all about. And we can, in fact, avoid or meet the challenger challenge. Let me leave you with the words of George Bernard Shaw, who said, "The most profound problem with communication is the illusion that it has taken place." I'm a Toastmaster.